Welcome, friends. In this practice, we're going to focus on moving slowly. So our day-to-day life tends to be hectic and fast, and I don't know about you, but I feel a lot of sense of overwhelm all the time. Like everything's moving too fast. There's too much stuff going on. So in this practice, we're just going to focus on slowing down, and sometimes it's difficult to slow down. It's difficult sometimes to move, to transition between poses more slowly because it takes a little more strength and it takes a lot of awareness. So we're not going to be using much momentum, but we have to know where our body is in space, know how to shift our weight so that we're in a good balance point. And sometimes moving quickly can be more challenging because we have to be more coordinated. Things are happening faster. But whether we're focusing on moving slowly or moving quickly, big part of what I want to focus on is awareness and deciding what you're going to do and not just doing something because it just kind of happens or it's the only way that you can move. Let's start by closing our eyes and focusing inward. Focusing on the breath, moving in and out. And even start with slowing down the breath. Making the inhalations and the exhalations a little bit longer, a little bit smoother. And yet notice that we can have the same powerful breath, whether we're moving slowly or quickly. As a matter of fact, from everything that I've been reading and studying, slowing down the breath and taking less breaths per minute is optimal for our health. And it helps us to relax. And no matter how hard we're trying, no matter how demanding whatever we're doing is, we want to have some sense of relaxation within that effort. So you can keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes, and on your inhale, slowly move your arms up. Maybe move your gaze up, and on your exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart. And inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And this time we're just going to float the arms down, out by our sides. And the idea is, think of moving with grace and ease and a sense of appreciation of the moment. We're going to do a lot of things today that are very familiar, but we're going to focus on maybe slowing them down a little bit. Now maybe you already practice pretty slowly, so this will just be enjoying something that you already practice, and for some of you it might be quite different. Now let's come onto our hands and knees in tabletop. Rotate your hands outward so your fingers face towards your knees and start to circle slowly around your hands, just feeling the weight shift. Noticing how every time we move in this circle, it feels a little bit different on our hands. And let's switch the directions, or the direction of our circle. Now let's come back to center. Place your fingers forward and let's flip our hands so the top of our hands is on the ground. Now, if this is difficult for you, bring your hands closer to your knees. If you want more stretch, bring them further away. But spread out your fingers and just slowly rock back and forth. Notice the sensation that you feel. So I feel a sensation going up from the top of my hands all the way up into my shoulders and even into my back. And now let's flip the hands and we're going to start to do little cat-cow waves. So start by lifting your tailbone up, sinking your low ribs down, and then start to reach forward with your chest as you pull your shoulders back, externally rotating the shoulders all the way down to the hands. And lift your chin just slightly. And start to curl your tailbone under. Rounding, rounding, rounding very slowly. And your head kind of releases last. And then pause here, feeling a nice stretch throughout your whole back, feeling how the shoulder blades are pulling apart from each other. And start to slowly lift the pelvis. Feel your low back begin to arch. Feel that arch moving slowly up into the middle back, upper back, chest pulling forward, shoulders back. And then again, start at the tailbone. So we're moving slowly. So we can feel like we're articulating each vertebrae as we move. And that's a lot of bones. We've got 5 lumbar vertebrae, 12 thoracic, and 7 cervical. And just notice how this feels. Maybe you're feeling like you're really enjoying this and finding an awareness that you might not find when you move quickly. Now tuck your toes, shift your weight back, lift your hips up, press your arms forward. Coming into downward facing dog. Now let's try basically the same thing from down dog to plank. So as you inhale, start to round your back forward. And as you exhale, start to lift up through your hips, curling into your back, stretching your hips back. And inhale, start to tuck the tailbone, rounding through your spine. Let that rounding bring you forward. And on your exhale, tilt the pelvis skyward, rippling through your spine, all the way back into your down dog. And curl the tailbone under, rolling up, coming forward. And lift the hips up, reaching back. A couple more times, just finding your own rhythm. But being really aware of the sensation in your spine and your whole back, really in your whole body. And next time we're back in down dog, we're going to stay there. And just slowly move around, whatever you like doing in down dog. Keep that internal lift in your body so we're not trying to sink our ribs down. Try to keep a lift. And then work the back of your legs. Trying to stretch them out a bit. Notice how every little thing you do, whether it's lifting your belly, whether it's hugging your hands in, whether it's pressing through your heel, how it creates a ripple effect through your whole body. So you can feel like what you do with your hands, you can maybe feel it all the way into your toes. Let's walk forward to the standing forward fold. Lift up your toes, spread them apart, and slowly lower down, trying to keep space between your toes. And notice the tripod of your foot, the amount of the big toe, the amount of the pinky toe, and the center of the heel, and see if you can weight those evenly. And press your feet down, hug your thighs in towards each other, and rise all the way up to stand, reaching your arms up over your head. And slowly bringing your hands down to your heart center. Just take a moment to pause and notice how you feel from that slow, mindful movement. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Slowly place your hands down and step back into plank. Now, lowering down slowly to the floor is a little more challenging than kind of dropping down. It's also a lot safer. So grip the mat with your hands, hug your arms in, lift up through your belly, tuck the tailbone a little bit. You can lower your knees down or keep them lifted, but see if you can slowly lower down. So you're kind of pushing the floor away, even as you're lowering. Let your hips lower first so your shoulders stay lifted. Point your toes, press your feet into the floor, curl up into your cobra. And then extend your heart forward as you lower down. And then puff up in your back and start to curl, do a reverse curl so you're arching your upper back. Now rising up into your cobra. Keep your legs active and then slowly extend the heart forward as you lower down. One more time, lifting up. So I was starting to lift up through my back, kind of rounding a little bit, and then start to reverse that curve into an arc, lifting up, finding your most delightful cobra. And lower back down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and press back to down dog. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg up. Pull your heel to your hip, draw your knee up into your chest, and lift up through the back of your shoulders. Keep reaching forward with your shoulders, with your whole body, and then see if you can step your foot forward, coming into a high lunge, and just start to shift your weight forward and back. Lifting up the front foot, pulling the toes back, then lifting up through the back foot. Now we're going to come into warrior one. So rotate the back heel in, shift your weight back into your back heel. Feel your back heel get heavy. Pull your right hip back a little bit, so back in the direction of your back foot. Push into your front foot and then drive your front knee forward. Keep the legs actively hugging in towards each other and rise up. Warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lift your heart up even more, coming into like a little cobra in your upper back. Keep weighting down through the back heel, lifting up through your heart, reaching out through your fingertips, reaching forward through your front knee, squaring your hips. A lot going on here. And then exhale, slowly lower your hands down. See if you can pick your right foot up and swing it all the way back into down dog splits, reaching your leg high. And lower your right leg down. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg up. Reach back first, and then tighten your heel to your hip and your knee to your chest. Puff up into your back, come forward, keep lifting up, and step your foot forward. Rotate the back heel down and in. Straighten your front leg, put weight into your back heel. Just move slowly so you can feel the sensation in both feet. Keep the weight in your back heel as you drive your front knee forward, hugging that left hip inward so it's reaching towards your back heel. Press into both feet, hug the inner thighs together, rise up, warrior one. Lift up through your heart, like you're celebrating just being alive. And then lift up through the back of your shoulder blades, reach out through your fingertips, press into your feet, rise up. On your exhale, slowly bring your hands back down and step back into down dog splits. And lower your top leg down. And just take a moment to just play around in your down dog. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to play with slowly coming into warrior two. So on your next inhale, sweep your right leg up. Reach back. Lift up high on your left toes. Pull your right heel into your hip. Draw your right knee into your chest. Puff up into the back of your heart. Keep lifting up. You can come up onto your fingertips if you want and step your foot forward. Rotate the back heel out for warrior two. Press into both feet. Come all the way up and then reach back, reverse your warrior. And then come back through warrior two. Extend out through your fingertips. Like you have these broad wings, right? This amazing wingspan. And again, reach back, reverse your warrior. And then let's slowly windmill our arms and step back into down dog splits. Reaching your leg high. Lower your right leg down. Inhale the left leg up. Reach back. Pull your heel into your hips. Squeeze your knee into your chest. Lift, 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 lift. Step your foot forward. Rotate the back heel down and out. And windmill up and back. Reverse your warrior. Inhale back through warrior two. And take a moment to really feel your stance. So press into your feet, reach out through your fingertips. Once again, reach up and back. Reverse your warrior and slowly windmill your arms. Step back into down dog splits. Good. Lower your left foot down, lower your knees down, and slowly sit back into child's pose. And take time here to feel your back expand with each inhale and that settling down into the earth on each exhale. Slowing down enough that you can really feel the effect of your breath. On your next inhale, round up and come forward into cat. And tuck your toes, exhale back into down dog. Inhale, round forward to plank. And lower your knees, stretch back into child's pose, keeping your toes tucked. Inhale, round forward to cat. Exhale, lift your hips back to down dog. Inhale, round forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, shift back into your child's pose. A couple more of these. Inhale, round forward to cat. Exhale, lift back to down dog. Inhale, round forward to plank. Exhale, lower back to child's pose. Last one. Inhale, forward to cat. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, child's pose. And walk your hands back slowly and come into a squat. Reach your arms forward. Lower your hips to the floor. Stretch your legs forward. You can maybe come a little forward on your mat. Bend your knees, hold the back of your thighs, and see how slowly you can lower down all the way to the ground. Letting your back round. And just seeing if you can feel both sides of your back touch at the same time. And then pull your knees into your chest. Open your knees out to the side. Hold on to your feet or your ankles or wherever you can reach. And gently rock back and forth in happy baby. And hug both knees into your chest. And just grab onto your right knee, stretch your left leg out, and reach out through your toes as you pull your knee towards your shoulder. Taking your time to really feel what's going on in your whole body, to notice your breath. And let's switch sides. So hug the left knee in, stretch the right leg out. And give yourself one last hug. And stretch out for Savasana. Just let everything relax. Let your shoulders relax. Your belly relax. Your legs. Feel your breath massaging your inner body. Let a sense of peace and tranquility flood your whole being. We'll just stay here for, about a minute or so. You're welcome to stay longer. But it's very important to take time to slow down, to notice the little things that, when we're moving quickly, go unnoticed. They just kind of pass by. And life is too rich and too full of little miracles to not take the time to slow down and notice, to not take the time to let your body and your mind recover, and to really appreciate the little things in life. Just a couple more breaths here in Savasana. Unless you have time and you want to stay longer. Otherwise, you can bend your knees, slowly roll to your side. Just pause for a breath or two. And using your hands, gently press your way up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate that you took the time, and I hope it felt really good to just move slowly, to savor each movement, to notice all these places in our body that we can feel sensations in, like from the tip of our fingers down into our pelvis, like to the center of our pelvis, up through the crown of our head. This body is a miracle just waiting to be explored. It's always there for you. So please leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell. And I would love to hear from you, how you felt after this practice, any requests that you might have. Take care. Bye for now.